Hey guys, today I'm going to be sharing with you a super delicious and amazing cinnamon sugar soft pretzel pieces. We're going to start off with some all-purpose flour as well as some salt. I also have some warm water, granulated sugar, and a packet of yeast in this bowl. The yeast is activated and ready to go. I also have some unsalted butter that's kind of melted, kind of softened right in the middle, and as well as some vanilla extract in there. You kind of just want it to be, softened or melted. Both of them work just fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix together my flour and my salt. Make sure that salt is incorporated, and I'm going to go ahead in the center of my bowl and add in my yeast, my water, and my sugar. All that was in that bowl. And then my vanilla extract or vanilla bean paste and my melted butter. Gonna give this a mix with my spoon and try to incorporate the flour into the liquid. And once it starts to come together, I'm going to place it on my surface. I'm using my wooden board here. I'm going to place that on. I'm going to be using my hands to bring this all in together to make a dough ball. So I'm going to go ahead and use my hands to just sort of incorporate all the flour, and really want all of this to come together, and it will come together beautifully. Just take the time to incorporate everything together. Just like so. Keep incorporating all the flour. And then once everything starts coming together, I'm going to start to knead this for about 4 to 5 minutes. And what I'm going to do is use the back of my wrist here to push out onto my dough and bring it back in, turning as I'm going. So pushing out, bringing it back in, and turning as I'm going. As you can see, everything came off that board beautifully, and this dough is so soft and smooth and just an amazing dough to work with. I have a bowl that I have sprayed with non-stick cooking spray, and I'm going to plop that in there, roll it all around to make sure nothing sticks. You can also just brush some vegetable oil in a bowl if you want. And I'm going to make sure and cover this with cling wrap or plastic wrap. Place it in a warm area to let it double in size. It's going to take about 45 minutes to an hour or so. Just let it double in size and puff up lovely. And then we're going to go ahead and get continuing on. So after about 45 minutes to an hour, you can see how this has risen beautifully. I'm going to go ahead and spray my cutting board here. I like to use a cutting board because I don't really want to spray on my surface, but you really want to spray some non-stick cooking spray or brush some vegetable oil on that. You really don't want to use any more flour on this. I'm going to cut that dough ball in half. Then I'm going to take that half and cut that into half as well. And I'm going to work with this little quarter that we have here. And I'm going to shape this into a log using my hands. I'm not deflating it. I'm not pressing all the air out or anything. I'm just going to shape it into a log as best as I can, patting it down gently if I have to. And I'm just going to go ahead and take my knife and cut these into small pieces. I like to cut them about maybe 2 inches by an inch or so, just into nice little rectangles. You can also roll these into little balls by tucking in the ends into the center to make nice little balls. But I find this, just cutting it like this, it makes it so much easier. So I'm showing you again, I'm just patting it down, making sure all of it is even, the dough is as even as possible. Patting it down gently if I have to, and then just going to go ahead and cut my little pieces out of these. I have some boiling water here, and I have some baking soda. I'm going to add in that baking soda to my boiling water, give it a little stir. Remember, all the amounts will be listed below in the description box for you guys. And what we're going to do is we're going to place in those little pieces of dough that we've just cut up, about 5 to 6 pieces. I am using a small saucepan, but you don't want to put too much in because these are just going to boil for 20 seconds, 10 seconds on each side. So you don't want to put in too much because it can just absorb too much liquid. And I'm using a slotted spoon because when we are taking these out, we want to make sure and get as much of that liquid out as possible. Place it on a baking tray lined with parchment paper. And we really want to make sure that after all these are done boiling for 20 seconds, we do want to make sure that they dry for at least 5 minutes on that baking tray lined with parchment paper. My oven is preheated to 425 degrees, and these are going to bake for 10 minutes. You do want to keep an eye on them, but they're going to bake for about 10 minutes. Now I have some brown sugar, granulated sugar, and cinnamon in a bowl, as well as some unsalted butter that I've melted in the microwave. I really suggest using unsalted butter for this part. And I'm going to combine all my sugars and my cinnamon together in this bowl. And my cinnamon pieces, my soft pretzel pieces are still nice and warm. I'm going to lightly dunk them in the butter, shake off any excess, place them in the sugar mixture, toss it around in that, shake off any excess for that as well, and then just place them on a little platter plate here. Put them in the butter, shake off any excess, and place them in the sugar, and just keep on chugging along. That's pretty much it. These are so good. They never last around here. They're so quick to go. Everybody loves them. And if you love Auntie Anne's little soft pretzel pieces, you are going to love this recipe. I hope that you guys give it a try. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.